I've always been if I want to do it, let's just do it. We from here, let's go.
Hello my people, and welcome again to another episode of Sit, Sip and Chat. My name is Glenda York of GCY Initiative, which is a destination marketing initiative based on the island of St. Martin. And Sit, Sip and Chat is where I sit with different persons in the community and we talk about what it is that they have going on. Now today's guest is absolutely no stranger to anybody on St. Martin, I don't think. You shouldn't be at this point. I feel like you just be...
No, there's still one person in between, I'm sure.
The one person I'll find out today. So today I have with me Miss Audrey StLuce Jack.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's right.
Of All Access. I gotta get the people name correct.
That's correct.
The full name properly said. So before we go into our chat, I'm gonna give you a little background. Hopefully some things you didn't know about Audrey outside of her media stuff, just so we have an understanding before we move forward. Audrey StLuce Jack is a media and communications professional from St. Martin, married with a 9-year-old daughter. With over 20 years of experience, she runs a consulting firm focusing on marketing and video productions and is the executive producer and host of All Access St. Martin. Highlighting events and stories from St. Martin, Audrey is dedicated to storytelling and community empowerment, advocating for Caribbean culture and social impact through media. Her career exemplifies perseverance and a commitment to using media positively. You like that?
I thank you. I saw that you edited very well. There's one correction.
What correction?
My daughter's 10.
I was gonna ask. Okay, so your daughter is older than mine. I couldn't remember. You see, because you send me all information. So.
She's in the room, so I'm just like, I got one of those stares like,
yeah, how dare you? 10-year-old, have me corrected. 10-year-old. Today, guys, you know the routine. We are here at Great Bay Media Studios, located on Canagita Street, number 32, Unit A. If you are a content creator, if you're a media house, if you're just like interested and you kind of want to figure out where exactly you want to go, but you don't quite have an idea yet, definitely check out Great Bay Media Studio right here on Canagita Street. Check them out at greatbaymediastudio@gmail.com, and of course, let them know you heard about it right here on Sit, Sip, and Chat.
Yes.
Okay, I've done all of the things. Audrey. Okay.
That's a mouthful.
All right, but this ain't nothing new to you.
No.
This is what we do, Audrey. This is what we do. Oh, I gotta do the cheers.
Okay.
Cheers.
Gotta look in each other's eyes.
Hey. Thank you for being here with me.
It's a pleasure.
I feel very like official type because you got Audrey Jack. Like he's one of those, you have that person sitting on your chair that you're having a conversation with. You gotta feel a little bit special. Aww. Even though I know you're outside of this, but
yes,
you still gotta feel a little bit special.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
One of the bigger ones, you enjoy, anyway.
Don't start.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do it. Let's get to it. I'm trying to behave right now.
Why are you trying to be? Audrey, we got a drink in our hand and we chatting. When we chatting, we don't behave, Audrey. Just relax.
I could be myself.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so first, for outside of that, what I've read, what would you say is something that people may not know about you?
Oh, okay. I think there's so much, but one of the things they don't know is that I love video editing. So the behind the scenes work of the production and all that good stuff. It starts with pen to paper first. In this digital world, of course, we use our devices and so forth. But yeah, the video editing, I think a lot of people don't know that that's me. They just assume sometimes
it's the other people that work on your production team. Nice.
Yes, and sometimes it is them.
But you also like to do
that's
it.
my baby.
That's interesting because I actually like video editing as well, but I just don't give myself the time to sit down and do it.
Gotcha.
So now all of a sudden there's been years since I've actually sat down and put together one of my videos. But it is that's why I let the professionals here at Grape Media Studio handle my stuff for me. But I do like, when I do my own personal projects, I do like the video editing aspect. But I gotta give myself the time to sit and make it look how I want it to look.
I mean, your gift is your gift, but it's always good to sample on new things, and then you see how you can really change it, how you can add emotion.
There you go.
You know, and then the production and post-production and all that good stuff, it evokes that if you want it to. So video editing can also get somebody in trouble if it's done, you know, in a bad light. But I mean, there's all sorts of different ways and aspects, you know, to it, and yeah, I think it's so special.
Agreed. Okay, so you went in all of that, studied hospitality and tourism.
Yes.
In Holland, then went to Florida.
Yes.
This is kind of like a two-part question. How you start in Holland and end up in Florida? And then what drew you to hospitality and tourism?
Well, I mean, tourism for obvious reasons, in my opinion. I mean, St. Martin, I'm a sister of the soil, and St. Martin, it's just tourism haven. Today, in the new world, the new era of social media, excuse me, you'll see that how many influencers out there are talking about St. Martin, how many influencers out there are just really showing us in the way that we always knew we were, but you're getting more plugged that the tourist office doesn't have to do as much work as before, because the experience is something you do with your own editing on your phone, through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, it doesn't matter, and then boom, bam, you have that experience of what St. Martin is. But we always knew what St. Martin was. Yeah. We were the ones who went down Mullet Bay when we were kids, and you jump off the shack hole and stuff like that. I never jumped, by the way. I always went right there.
I got thrown once.
Right there. No. People knew my mother. They wouldn't do that. So, you know, but we knew about what we had from a very young age. And to be honest with you, I don't even think she knows this, but when I went to an event, I think I was covering it for AVS News back in the day when I was a reporter. I went to an event and I heard Regina La Vega speak. And when she spoke, it just did something to me. Like it was just and to boot, she's a woman, and she just spoke so well about the country and what she was doing all over the world to promote the country. And I just know it just felt like poetry to me. And at the time I wrote poetry, and I was just like, I want to do that. I want to do something like that. I have to do this. You mean there's a job out there whereby I can actually, you know,
impactful.
Yeah, you're talking about your land and getting paid for something like that. I was like, I have to study this. So as a praying woman, that was one of the things I prayed for. I prayed for two. One is media, production, journalism, all that good stuff, and the other one was tourism management.
Okay.
And then after I was in media for such a long time, I did trainings, I did, you know, real life work. I was out there in the field. I did news anchor and all that good stuff. Where is the tourism going to come in? When is that going to come into play, you know? And surely I went on an assignment, and when I went on one of the assignments, it was a gentleman here from Curacao, pushing for the Curacao ICUC, that's the Inter-Caribbean University of the Caribbean, Intercontinental University of the Caribbean. And I was like, tourism management, St. Martin really don't offer that. And I was like, okay, let me just risk it all, and let me just go in. And then the project was being funded by the government of St. Martin through key players like Claret Connor and Glenn Carty and so forth. And I said, okay, we're doing it at the university, online as well, and then by a certain time you had to leave to go to, because it was tourism management, they said, okay, well, you do part of it in Holland, you do part of it in Miami.
I got you now.
Let's go.
Okay.
And actually, you know,
and that's how the Holland
bravery
to Florida happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I think we just learned quite a bit about Audrey's story. She even jump ahead of me and answered something that I was about to ask. But that's okay. My people.
I tend to do that. Sorry.
That's okay. Listen, we chatting. You can do that. We're going to take a quick sip, take a quick break, and we'll be right back. My people, we are back. I'm still sitting here with Miss Audrey StLuce, Jack of all access. Got it? Okay.
Got it.
Before I move on, I wanted to ask, what was your favorite part of your whole college experience, tertiary education experience?
I just love the fact that it was me telling, because I went in my 30s, because when I was younger, my mom passed away, so I basically was working and doing training and certification and all these different things. But I went in my 30s, and that's why I said it was brave. It was really, really trusting, you know, in God to really say, okay, go at this time, because everything said don't go. So I said, okay, this is real blind trust. So, and I did. But what I enjoyed was, excuse me, is when I spoke to, like, say for instance, my husband, who was already there for 4 years and coming back and forth, and my friends and even my cousins who were living in Miami at the time, I was like, hey, if they come for us to go to do the food shopping, to do the clothing shopping and doing everything like that. It was like, that never happened in my time. What the hell is that? So I loved getting the perks of the advancements of university versus when they did it. In the years, I was like, okay, all right. So that comparison factor. And also being with the Curacao students. Shout out to anybody who's watching. I mean, it was so nice. Just the other day, I went to do a business mixer at the government of St. Martin, and one of the persons that they took a cruise around the region, and they kept stopping in different areas, talking about different things that Curacao and St. Martin could you know, come together with on business. And so I was in the government building by the comm room, and the person who was presenting actually went to school with me at the time, and he mentioned that it was very emotional because I haven't seen him since those times. But he went to, that group from Curacao went to Holland with us and Florida. So it was nice representing the islands when there was big projects and so forth. That was good.
How many St. Martin students?
I want to say, you see, you're going to tell me that. Okay. I want to say it was at least 10, but it came down to like 4 or so.
That actually were able to
That actually made it to the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because it can be a little bit. Because I think when I was doing my master's, I think there was also I don't know if it's the same program, but I think a similar program where students had started in St. Martin, they went to Holland they had some schooling in Holland, and then they came to, at that time, they came to Rosen College in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
And it was a mixture of St. Martin and Curacao students.
Yeah, okay.
I think that was the only, Curacao.
It doesn't exist anymore. That's why I always tell people that was made for me. Because it doesn't, but I know they changed for the second set that went, and they did well too. They end up in Tallahassee for that part. Yeah, so they changed.
Because they switched it up a little bit but it was nice because as a student that was in Orlando, I don't think I had anybody else up there from St. Martin. So it was nice when the students came.
Oh, that's nice.
Then I had, I think I had one person that I knew, but the rest of them I didn't know. So it was nice still having a piece of home. Even though they were younger than me, it was still having St. Martin. Like, people
and you know how we are no matter where we are. Yeah. You from St. Martin? Yeah, okay. Let me link.
And that was my undergrad when I went to Florida for the first time.
Right.
It was me and a girl that we didn't know each other before. Right. But we met each other at orientation. You from St. Martin? I from St. Martin.
That's all you need.
And we are friends to this day.
Oh yeah? Oh, that's nice.
It is. I think that's the thing that people overlook sometimes. The bond of being away from home, missing home, but still having a piece of home with you it's very important.
It's so important.
I went down the wrong path.
No, that's
we're coming back.
It's always right.
All access. So then we were part of AVS, and then somewhere along the line you started your own thing, your own production.
Okay, for the sake of time, I will jump. Okay. So when I was starting for school, when I made that decision, there was a professor from the United States. She was a judge, and I think Connor and the team had flew her in, and we had a class with her, and then she said, you know, you can go anywhere. And I was like, wait, the class full of people, you're telling me this? She was like, you can go anywhere, there's just something about you. And then I was like, okay, thank you. So after the class, I told her about my idea to do all access in order to continue the program. Yeah. And then she said, you should. And I said, well, I do video editing and all this stuff. A lot of people don't know that. I said, so I can always edit the show, send it home. My husband, who at the time came home, so imagine the decision to leave when he came home after 4 years. Wow. And my brother too always helps and so forth. So they were taking, I would edit the footage, send it down, and then they would take it to cable TV. Okay. Whether on USB, whether on DVD, or whatever the case may be, like that. So, but the fact is that the teachers who really inspired me to say, you know, go, and then of course support from my husband today, and my brother, my sister Wendy, all of them was like, just go, just do it,
So you started taping. So you would tape it in the States?
No, we started to tape a lot of things here.
Before.
And right before.
When you went, you edited while you were
correct.
there.
And then certain things that they would record and send it up for me, I would edit it and then send it back down, do my voiceovers, my stand-ups, and send it back down as well.
That is so cool.
So it was a lot of work.
All of this while you're doing schoolwork?
Yes.
Nice. And by chance, did any of that, what you were doing, the editing, counted for towards school?
Not one.
That would have been like a double. Because, you know, sometimes I realize when it have students that are up there pursuing certain degrees,
yeah,
they already have a path in their mind of where they're going, so they make sure to study where they're going.
Yes.
So then as they're studying, they're applying it. So it's like, okay, I'm working, I'm getting the points,
yes,
but I'm also developing my business.
Correct.
As I go.
Well,
Okay.
I think I was very business oriented from a very long time. I know everybody talk about side hustle and all this kind of hustle. I just think I just always knew how to make money in creative ways, because at first when you have to, there's a difference than when you want to. So I mean, anybody could go anywhere and work and make some money, but I wanted to just do it with what I loved. So I used different avenues that I knew, and then you had your support from people like Ricardo Williams, Elton Richardson, Gina Bruni. Those are people that I really looked up to. I worked with Wendell Moore as well. I worked with Valerie Van Putten. All these people that I saw when I was a kid, and then now you got me now in a studio writing for them.
So you understand what this moment?
Oh, okay, stop it. It's not the same. Every time I look at you, I see your sister Giselle. Hi.
You call me up on the camera.
That's what I see. Yeah, no, but I mean, you know, it's good, because when I see people like you doing it, I still see you next to your sister Giselle in my mind. Yeah, the Max School situation. That's what I see. I must be honest, you know. And I love what you and Pete are doing here.
Thank you.
And I think it needs to be done well. And it's good when people understand what they're doing, because you guys do a little bit of everything. But I think people need to see more of you guys. That's just my opinion. I think they need to see more of you guys. And I also feel like if something isn't working, shift, go back to pen and paper, say, okay, let me see what to add, let me see what to try another theme, try another thing. And my husband always says, don't reinvent the wheel. So if something is working, maybe in another Caribbean island or whatever the case may be, see if something we can bring home, you know, that type of way. But I love the fact that you guys don't lose your St. Martin colloquial twang when you get, like, when you're doing the thing with the other girls. Oh, that's so cool. I just love it. I just love it. Yeah.
Audrey just turned the tables on me and put me on the spot, but it's okay. That's why you need to check out Great Bay Media Studios. That's why you need to check out Moms in Paradise and understand that we've been here. We've been doing this work for quite some time. Don't be sorry about it, Audrey. The people needed to know, and I can't toot my own horn. My people, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We are back, my people. We're here still sitting with Miss Audrey StLuce Jack. Now, she and Miss Audrey StLuce Jack of All Access this time. Here she's going to be Miss Audrey StLuce Jack of We Listen But We Don't Judge. And if you don't know what that is, you're lapsing. One. but you're going to find out now exactly what it is that Audrey has going on. So for those of them that lapse in, we listen, but we don't judge. What is that about?
That's our women's conference. It's going to be March 28th. I am very excited because we're a week out. So it's basically an all-access event where we're going to have women just talking about finance tips, some women doing domestic violence tips, gender-based violence. We have others also talking about menopause, perimenopause, fibroids, different women's issues that we don't talk about that have become so taboo. We have the men coming out because we're not anti-men at all, doing and we never say who the men are, so it's a surprise. So the second year, the first time we didn't even know men was coming out, so the crowd went ballistic. This time they know men is coming,
but they don't know who.
They don't know who.
You gotta keep the aspect of surprise a little bit.
There you go, and I just love to be surprised myself. So I think they're very much so looking forward to that. I thought they was gonna be shy last year. And so what we did in our team, we came together with some questions and a bowl that they can pick out, you know, when they're on stage and, you know, answer the questions, you know. A lot of time was taken, but no, the minute we said, ladies, you can ask any question you want to these men on stage, that we listen but we don't judge, they were lining up. They were lining up for the microphone.
Ready for you,
they were
and you
ready.
didn't even know.
Yes, if you know the questions they asked, you have to come out to see. But whoa! But the men were ready. We made sure, you know, Gordon had his homework. That's my husband. He had his homework, and he had to get the right people for the stage, and he did again this time.
Okay.
And yeah, they're ready. They're ready to go. I saw one the other day when I was in Phillipsburg, and they said, "Yeah, I can't wait." I said, "Just behave, though."
But. Behave,
but don't behave,
but
right?
don't,
I know that would have triggered you.
Yeah.
Why did I know that would have triggered you?
Because
okay, they ain't gonna behave.
They're gonna be professional. They're not gonna behave. They're gonna be professional.
There we go.
See, there's a little. You could be professionally bad. It's fine.
Let's do
but
that.
What made you want to host a conference, though?
It's just Audrey being Audrey and following whatever vision comes to her heart and head, and you know, if it comes there, I mean, it can happen. And so I've always been if I want to do it, let's just do it. We from here, let's go. So and it worked out in the past, so why not now?
Okay.
You know, things tend to work out, and when they don't, it just means you shift, and the shifting works. So I just said, you know what, let me continue, let me move forward. I have a very good support system, and why not? And so we made sure that as we're pushing forward, that we can definitely have more women come out this time. Because the first time I was just so happy, and the team was happy because a lot of the women didn't understand the vision, but they understand the brand. And that made me say,
trust in the brand.
Oh, yes.
And that's why branding and your
so
face
important.
out there is so important.
Yeah, and I come from marketing 101, so like that's my baby too. So like I'm like, let's go, use it to your, you know, your leisure, and it has been working out for me.
Nice.
And anywhere I go, I tend to teach as well. I tend to with SEDC, they've allowed me for 3 times, and we're gonna do it again for April, to do different lessons, different classes where I teach about marketing and so forth. So I said, you know what, I think that too, you know, helped to push me into saying, you know what, I was exposed to a lot of things where I learned a lot. I attended a lot of conferences. I've been around the world a lot and back. Why not bring this to St. Martin, where our people can be educated as well in different areas that might interest them? And you know, in school we learn all these different things: social studies, maths, this, that. I'm schooled out, but. You know, nobody teaches us about the social aspects of life, you know, and then we find ourselves all educated, you know, or even if you may not be so overly educated, but you know a lot, or you worked the place 30 years or 40 years, the social part is still a problem. And then when you work with different people, you're like, you know, I'm not only working with this person, I have to now deal with what the person is going through internally.
That's a good point to make. That's a very good point. I think a lot of people overlook, like they don't want to deal with that part of the person. We come to do the work, and then let's go, and then
And there's never a disconnect. So you're doing yourself a disservice by thinking that, you know, that sometimes you have to realize people are who they are because of where they come from, and their circumstances shouldn't make you, you know, because over time you get a chance to see, just like everybody else, you can change, you can shift. But who told you that? You know, who really educating you on that?
That was possible.
Correct, because your parents is only going to give you as much as they have, and they have as much as they have from their time. And so there's come a point in your life for the ones who really self-reflect, you realize that, you know, your parents wasn't right in everything. Maybe most things, but not in everything. And so now, what are you going to do with this new updated information that you have as you pass it on to other generations? So that's all it is. That's all it is coming out. You're having a good time. It's a lot of fun. You may cry in certain parts. You may laugh. We have self-defense this year too.
Okay.
Audrey Barron is going to come to do self-defense. That's amazing. Of course, we tell her we're not anti-men, so we'll have a disclaimer. But we're gonna make sure that, you know, you know, if you find yourself in a situation and you're outside, you're walking alone, and if you're approached or you're attacked, there's a way you can defend yourself. That sort of thing. Those little tips, you know, when she said she's gonna also let everybody know that when you're alone, you feel like you're being followed, try to go nearest the closest people that is in the area, pretend like you're with them.
All of those different tips that can be very helpful. So then let us know, because I was looking it up because I had to do research. You have about 8 speakers, 8 women speakers.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the speakers that you have on the different topics, that because you already touched on self-defense.
Right. We have Stacey and Violina. She's back, and she's only back not only because I love her, is because the people were actually, they didn't want her to come off the stage. So she took off her shoes and she came down and she was just talking to them about a lot of the health issues and so forth. So she's back again to continue, she said. We have Cassandra Richardson. She's known for Victim Support Services, and we work with her as well. And so she is coming back in a panel discussion with Ramona Riley of Prominent Women, who also is an advocate for domestic violence, gender-based violence, and so forth. There's been many campaigns, but just seeing them together and getting questions from the audience. And that could allow them to take that feedback into what they're doing as they're giving their service to the different victims out there, male and female victims. And then we also have, oh my goodness, I'm so excited about the financial strategist. She's coming. Angie Remy is coming. She's flying down from Europe to be here with us. She's usually someone on and off, but she lives abroad. And she's going to talk about financial tips. She's going to tell the ladies about vex money. And your mother used to tell you, carry vex money in case the fellow ain't acting right or the woman ain't acting right.
Money there tucked aside to the corner.
Yes. So she's going to be great. We have another chef of Festival de Gastronomy, and she's going to come in, Gael Mussington. Oh my goodness, I admired her food, her preparation, everything about her. And she's going to be replacing Ashanta Daniel, who did it last year. Also from Festival de Gastronomy. These are ambassadors of French St. Martin for that big food festival. And so she's going to come in. She's going to get people from the audience. Hopefully you can jump up and say, I want to be one of those. And she's going to have you guys compete and just do a nice dish live in front of everybody like we did last year. So again, a lot of crowd participation. We have a lot of people registering. Just go to All Access page to get all the information, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and register so we can have you on file so you can get all the updates. But also join the events page on Facebook and get all of the information of what we're doing. A lot of shopping is going to happen as well. Yes.
Ooh, people, that's a lot. Audrey out here giving all you a whole set of information, a whole day of fun and interaction and information and just girl time, because she put all of that together, but it's basically girl time, but she needed a way to make it seem like it wasn't girl time. So when all your husband asks, no, I'm going to a conference because I need the information, but it's girl time because they're going to have shopping and they're going to have food and they're going to have drinks and they're going to have a bunch of women. So we already know we can just keep that between us. Okay, so people, if you haven't purchased your ticket, if you haven't already registered, definitely check out. Definitely go to the outlets. There are outlets to purchase
Magical
tickets.
Memories, right there by Carrefour Bush Road, next to Mark's Place. That corner there look like a flower shop. get your tickets. I keep going by her and restocking, so I feel very good about that.
Okay.
People are calling. We're dropping off tickets. Make sure come out. It's going to be amazing.
Definitely, definitely. And if you'd still kind of go to the Facebook page, go to the social media, get the information, send a message if you're still in 100% sure. But love your support, go out, have a good time, and then report back, and then we can see how you again next year anyway, so yeah. All right, my people, that is all the time that we have. Thank you again, Audrey StLuce Jack, for being here with me.
You could have just said Audrey that whole time.
No, I have to say the full name. I have to say the full name. Until the next time, my people, have a good one.